Thank you everybody for joining the webinar today. My name is Steve Bowles and I manage our business development efforts here at Effisoft. One of our most common use cases for our document intelligence platform is accounts payable invoice processing. In this webinar, we'll examine the top 5 challenges with invoices and show you a quick demonstration on how you can leverage our platform application to solve the issue, or use our web services to provide your RPA solution with document vision for your digital workforce. Before we get started, a quick overview on Effisoft. If you're not familiar with us, we help you create actionable information from unstructured document content chaos. So it's through this that we provide structured order and finally data to enlighten your organization. Accounts payable is a strategic tool within today's organization and plays a key role in the origination of many business processes and required workflow operations. Strategic initiatives like fraud prevention, supply chain finance, financial visibility, and cash management rely on the efficient operation of the AP function. But a majority of AP departments are plagued by low-level tactical challenges that can slow down invoice processing and impact broader efforts. Ardent Partners has a great report they put out with some interesting baseline statistics. These stats are eye-opening and apply to 80% of the AP departments surveyed. Later on, I'll show you a snapshot of these same statistics for a best-in-class department. Some key focus areas. Almost a quarter of the invoices that come in have some exception or problem that can lead to a delay in processing. Only 1/5 of the invoices are coming in electronically. A fifth goes straight through the process, and these factors lead to lengthy processing time and an overall cost in time and effort of about $14.38 per individual invoice. If we look at a typical organization, they receive invoice documents from a wide variety of sources on a daily basis. This typically creates a multi-channel problem, and organizations struggle creating a streamlined flow for physical and digital documents, let alone one from fax, scanners, copiers, mobile, email. Well, you get the picture. In processing, humans typically have a variety of workflows, both manual and automated, to go through inbound documents. Some may augment and automate a piece of this with technology, but the core steps always remain. Docs are received, ID'd, separated, sorted, and then routed. Important data is identified, that data is extracted and entered, and then data and documents may be validated. Although this step is missing in quite a bit of organization, which causes additional problems. Hopefully in the end, the data and documents land in the correct system. Invoice processing suffers from many of the standard challenges around inbound document processing, and also some unique ones as well. I'll go over the top 5 issues as outlined in the State of ePay survey here in the next few slides. Dealing with exceptions can be a major problem. So what constitutes an exception? Missing information, missing pages, miscalculated totals, math errors, the list goes on and on. The lack of ability to quickly and automatically identify these issues at the earliest possible moment can add significantly to the processing time, and if not identified at all, can result in extensive time, effort, and dollars to fix the issue later. Are you familiar with the 1-10-100 rule? It's a total quality management rule that examines the hidden costs of poor quality and discusses prevention, remediation, and failure. If you apply it to inbound document processing and AP processing, essentially it says that if you catch an error before it enters the process, it'll cost you $1 to fix. Once it enters the process, it'll cost you $10. And if it goes through the entire process deemed a failure, it'll cost you $100 to fix once the process is done and it's in the system and affecting the organization. So not catching invoice exceptions early will cause the loss of time and money and have severe downstream effects. Many of the problems with invoice processing can lead to an extensive processing cycle. Invoices from a variety of sources, exceptions, and identifying approvers can result in delays. Many organizations leverage email routing for approval, which can lead to a loss of visibility and difficulty in tracking. It's amazing how much paper is still flowing into accounting departments. In many cases, organizations create a whole separate workflow for their paper documents, which creates a multi-channel problem that's not standardized and uses separate technologies. Then there's what I call the stack problem, where invoice stacks are scanned one by one instead of just letting the technology sort and separate. This is one of the biggest time savers, and scanning invoices in large batches for processing and being able to accept PDFs that contain multiple PDF invoices can smooth the overall process flow. There are numerous factors that contribute to a cumulative cost effect. At $14.38 per invoice, even departments with a relatively low volume of invoices can create massive costs that can impede any organization. The final challenge is lack of transparency and visibility into the process. How many invoices are we processing per day? How long does it take to process? What are our bottlenecks? What's the status of an approval? The list goes on and on. Without proper data and reporting, the AP invoice process is a black box without audit capability, and things can get lost in the shuffle. The good news is, with today's technology, there's a number of solutions that can be combined to not only solve all these challenges, but do so affordably with a rapid return on investment. So to solve these challenges, what do we need to do? Obviously, reducing the overall processing time is a main priority and tops on the list. This can be accomplished by minimizing manual data entry and working to increase straight-through processing of invoices. Catching problems early is key, and preventing bad data from entering our systems of record is paramount. To be as effective as possible, a single standardized flow for all inbound documents is required. This single flow creates a repeatable, predictable process that allows for complete reporting, audit capabilities to create transparency. Depending on your needs and technology in place, FSoft Transact can resolve challenges either as a standalone application or in combination with an existing RPA or workflow application. Invoices can be processed through a single channel, regardless of source, paper or digital, through email, scanners, copiers, folders, email attachments, mobile, and more. Documents can be ingested individually or in stacks or bundles, and our engine will split them up and extract header and table data. The goal is to maximize the straight-through processing, but for those invoices that are poor quality, have missing data, or fail validation rules, an intuitive user interface allows for rapid correction and release to a wide variety of document repositories, applications for further processing or routing, or a system of record like an ERP. Just about all application function can also be accessed through a range of web services that can be accessed by your digital workforce as well. We have several major RPA tools with built-in activities and objects to make leveraging our platform simple. Transact is a broad platform for all types of document intelligence needs, but we do have specific functionality around invoices to give you a head start. At the lowest level, our 2019.1 release contains core invoice machine learning, a pre-built model that provides out-of-the-box extraction for 12 core invoice header fields. This release also includes enhanced machine learning, which allows operators to point-and-click capability to further train the system. And finally, in Q2 of 2019, we'll be releasing Transact for Invoice, an extended model that addresses the reality of multi-language support, country identification, and more. And I'll show you some of that in the demo. So putting in a smart capture solution as your defense against invoice process inefficiency has an accelerating effect on your business, and the results can be extreme. So let's revisit our initial statistics on invoice processing and look at the numbers for a best-in-class operation that leverages smart technology to remove hurdles and create a smooth running machine. Processing time goes from 10 days down to 3. Exceptions are cut in half, now at about 11%. By scanning invoices and increasing the percentage of electronic invoices from 20 to 58% within a single processing flow, straight-through processing goes from 19% to 65%. The end result, the overall cost of an invoice goes from 14 down to about 252. So you can see the impact is quite significant. So with Smart Capture, there's a number of benefits that tie nicely into the core challenges of AP and can be applied to any document process. Cost savings. Obviously, as in the invoice example, there can be some serious savings on the cost front. The ability to do more with less and automate any process can save dollars in man-hours. Governance and compliance. Just like Invoice Transparency Challenge, have a central flow pipe for all your document flows creates a centralized set of data with information that's not only inside the documents, but also data about the process. Productivity and efficiency increases are a core benefit of the document process automation. With digital transformation, transforming legacy processes into new, automated, and intelligent flows can be a primary goal, and the addition of an intelligent document platform can speed results within any digital project. Lastly, accounting departments adopting service-based models, the experience of internal customers can have an impact on the department's reputation and company performance. Now that we understand the challenges and have a high-level view of the solution and benefits, let's see it in action. So to tee this up, this will be a two-part demo. Part one, I'll show off the invoice capabilities of the FSoft Transact application interactively. And then I'll shift gears and show you how we can create AP clerk robots through a powerful web service layer. Let's see. So to start off with, we'll go ahead and do a demo. And really quick, before I get into the demo, at the end, I'll have a question and answer period, and you can submit your questions either through chat or through Q&A. The first demo, I'll go ahead and walk you through the FSoft Transact application. So what you see here is FSoft Transact open. We support all major browsers. So IT folks love us because you don't have client server. You don't have to install anything on the client unless you're scanning. Very simple to use for resellers and partners and customers that want to brand this or match it to their portal. You can actually replace the logo and put your own logo and do some color changing as well in CSS. So if you look at the application, there's a couple different sets of widgets. One is an administrator widget, which will actually let you do the administrative functionality. And then you have operator capability as well. And these can be trimmed via security settings. So through this interface, you've got a couple ways to upload documents. You can either scan through the browser or you can upload. Now remember, in the background, the FSoft server also has the ability to import from email and attachments, the ability to harvest folders, and then you have API capability, which I'll show you as we get into the RPA example. Okay. So in this example, I'm going to go ahead and logged in, and this is an Azure instance that we have running of FSoft Transact. It brings us to the upload page. I'm going to go ahead and pick a set of international invoices. And these are a variety of different languages. This is a beta version. Transact for Invoice will support a few different languages that'll be in the pre-release notes. So we'll go ahead and upload these, and I'll go ahead and start the batch. You'll see the batch get submitted. Okay. So if I come in here, there's a couple different ways that FSoft can increase transparency that we talked about as one of the major challenges. The first way is our batch instance manager. So think of this as kind of a master dashboard of all the work that's going on within FSoft Transact. So if I come in here and I refresh, you'll actually see that batch that I just uploaded is now running. And down on the right-hand side, you'll see all the different capture modules that it goes through step by step. Now in FSOF, we've got, I think, 65 or 68 plugins that actually exist within these different modules that perform different actions. This is a big advantage over some of the point solutions that are out there on the market. We've seen a lot of different invoice-only type of solutions that have popped up. We have a very extensive functionality here and can do all different types of things that I'll continue to show you in the demo here. So you see this, this invoice is ripped through. It's now stuck in the validate document module. We have a couple different places that documents can stop if there's issues or exceptions. I'll go ahead and show you one here in a minute, but the other way that we can increase visibility is we've got basic reporting here. And then if I can open up my menu here. And then we've also got reporting capabilities in the product. So we've got really basic reporting that comes bundled with the product that'll show you things like how many batches are in flight, where they're stopped. And then you've got the ability as a manager to take a peek at the priorities of batches and different batches in flight.